The unprecedented box office success of Bollywood's Dhurandhar has triggered an unexpected geopolitical film battle. With Pakistan announcing its own cinematic response to counter what it views as Indian propaganda about the Karachi neighborhood of Lyari. As the Ranveer Singh-starrer continues its record-breaking run across screens in India and abroad, Pakistani authorities have moved swiftly to represent an alternative narrative, signaling how deeply the portrayal of Pakistani city has rattled Islamabad despite the film not being released there. Dhurandhar, which premiered on December 5th and has set the box office ablaze, depicts Lyari during a tumultuous period between 1999 and 2009 when the Karachi neighborhood was gripped by gang violence, police brutality, drug trafficking and terrorism. Well, the film directed by Dhar represents Lyari as a lawless zone ruled by notorious criminals like infamous Rahman Diket, portrayed by Akshay Khanna, who battled against police superintendent Chaudhry Aslam Khan, which is being portrayed by Sanjay Dutt. While this historical backdrop reflects a reality that Pakistan itself grapples with, the Sindh Information Department has objected strongly to how the film frames the city's identity and contemporary reality. Now, in response, Pakistan's Sindh Information Department announced the production of Mera Lyari or My Lyari, scheduled for release in January 2026. Now, this is being seen as a direct counter-narrative designed to present what authorities describe as the authentic story of the neighborhood. Through an ex-post, the department declared, and I quote, "Misrepresentation cannot erase reality. Lyari stands for culture, peace and resilience, not violence." While Dhurandhar spreads propaganda, Mera Lyari will soon tell the authentic story of pride and prosperity. Well, this Pakistani response highlights the persistent tension over how nations choose to represent each other's territory and histories through cinema. Now, many are also saying that rather than allowing Dhurandhar's narrative to dominate international perception, Islamabad has opted for a proactive culture counter-offensive, positioning Mera Lyari as a corrective that emphasizes Lyari's transformation from its violent past into a community rooted in cultural pride, peace building and economic resilience. The timing, however, presents a significant challenge for Pakistan's narrative control. While Mera Lyari is scheduled for release for January 2026, Dhurandhar's second installment is already slated for March 19, 2026, ensuring that the Indian film maintains a substantial lead in the race to define Lyari's international image. Now, this staggered release means Pakistani cinema will face an uphill battle in overriding the powerful visual storytelling and widespread distribution that Dhurandhar has already achieved. Now, beyond the film industry, this episode reflects broader anxieties about soft power and narrative dominance. Pakistan's institutional response, with the government's official information department taking the lead, underscores how seriously Islamabad views cinematic representations of its territory. As Bollywood increasingly becomes a vehicle for exploring stories for the subcontinent's complex geopolitical landscape, neighboring nations are increasingly mobilizing their own cultural resources to ensure their voices shape the narrative. Well, the battle over Lyari's cinematic identity thus becomes emblematic of a larger structure over who gets to tell the South Asia story.